Good day to you, my dear friends. It's time to solve some LeetCode problems. Yeah, and first of all, we are going to discuss the problem that we solved yesterday. We solved it on our own successfully, but today I'm going to show you the best solutions for this problem or just some alternatives. And what was it? I already forgot. What was the problem? What was the problem? Baseball game. Oh yeah. Well, nothing hard. Yes. They gave us an array of operations and if it's an integer, we just add it to our results array. If it's a letter C, then we delete the last result. If it's a D, then we multiply the last result by 2 and add it to our results. And if it's a plus, then we combine two last elements from results and add this sum to result, and so on. And don't look, it's not what I wanted to show you. Now this is our solution. Well, we just created this array results, iterated through operations, and for every possible input, let's call it like that, we added an action, and if it's an integer, it will go here in the else condition, in the else section, I don't know how to call it. And I investigated solutions by other people, and for the most part it's the same. There was just one different solution. Let me check quickly. And many people just love to introduce these like unnecessary variables. Oh yes, this is an interesting one. It uses inject method, and I knew nothing about inject method, so let me try to explain it to you. I mean, yesterday I knew nothing about it. Today I prepared and I can tell you all about it. What was the method? I already forgot. Oh yeah, inject. Remember how yesterday I tried to solve everything here with just a map method, and it was impossible because of this pop. Now, operations does the trick, or not operations, inject does the trick that I tried yesterday. But how does it work? Well, it works similarly to JavaScript reduce method. Do you remember that bastard? Well, in JavaScript, if we have, for example, an array of integers, Jesus, I can't even type, it's so hot, oh, you wouldn't believe, there is a reduce method, and we have accumulator and a, let's call it a value. And what do we return? We add value to the accumulator, and also there is a starting value for our accumulator. So what happens here? We start with 0, we add our value like 1, and on the next loop our accumulator is 1, and we add new value 2 to it, and again it becomes the new accumulator, and so on and so forth. So inject does the same thing in Ruby. Well, pretty much the same thing. But it looks a little bit different. Ah, it's so hot. It doesn't feel as hot when you don't type and you don't think, but when you do type and when you do think, it's very hot. Oh my god. What was it? Inject. Yes, inject. And here we set 0 as our starting, value for accumulator. We may even call it the same. And I believe it will work. Let's see. Let's comment out this. No, let's delete this. JavaScript. Let's run. Yeah, it gives us 10. Now, that's great, but how does it help us with our problem? Well, what if instead of this array we use operations, and instead of 0 we use an empty array as a starting, the starting array, and let's call it, results. And let's do this like that. So. Well, again, we're going to use this conditions. It's unavoidable. But it's not OP now, it's val. Oh, let's call it just OP here. But there is a trick. I mean, we have to return something on every loop. And what do we return? Well, of course, we just return results. Results itself. So, depending on what we have here, plus or d or c or integer, we do something with our results array, and then we return it, and we go on to the next loop. And I believe that's it. Maybe not. Let's see. So we can't do this like that. We need curly braces. Okay, I wanted to avoid using them. And this is not an end. Ooh. Much better. And of course we need to sum it all up. Great, it's all green. Let's remove all these comments. I mean, why I wanted to use map method or something, because I didn't like these 2 additional lines that like one to establish a new array and one to return the results. Well, now we don't have to do all that. Just lesser lines, but we still create this array here. So in terms of space, it's pretty much the same. Now, what are the alternatives? Well, the only one probably is to use case instead of if, but I hate case. I hate the switch operator. But you know, this is the best reason to practice it. Otherwise, I won't ever practice the case operator. And I hate it because I can't remember the syntaxes, you know, for just can't. What is it? It's an OP, right? And then there are whens, when, and then there is else. Is that it? I don't remember. So when plus we do this, when d we do this, and one more when c we pop, and else we do this. And of course in the end, like here, no, not here, here we want to return results array. Let's check it. This is nice. Okay, so this is a case operator. Not case, how is it called? Switch, right? It's a switch. And you know what seems strange to me? I investigated all these solutions by other people, and everyone used sum in one way or another. But ain't it a bad practice? We already iterated through operations. What if we introduce a new variable? Let's call it sum, because we are not very original. Let's call it sum, and here, you know, we already have this this number. So let's add this number to results, but also let's add it to sum. Why not? Let's add it here. The same thing. Let's call it multi. Of course, there are, you know, more lines. And again, let's add multi to our sum. What if it's C? You know? Yes, we need to do something like this. Sum minus equal results minus 1. While it still exists, you know, then we pop. And here, of course, we just sum plus equals, let's call it num, pop, op to I. I mean, it's very tempting to, you know, get rid of results and to just keep the last two values in some variable, but what if there are a lot of C's and we pop and we pop and we pop, then we need previous values, so we have to store them somewhere, all of them. And in the end, we don't have to sum, just return this sum. Will it work? Let's see. Ha! Ain't it better? I believe it's better. There are more lines. Of course we can, you know, decrease the number of lines if we do something like this. Then we do not have this variable, but it's not a problem that we take element from array like here and here and here and here, but we also do this addition twice. And in this situation it's better to introduce a new variable. It's too many operations. Well, that's it. What? I broke it somehow. Of course. Oh, we have some messages. Wait a second. Oh yeah, someone is raiding me. Hello, good people of LeetCode solving community. Sup. Wait a second. What happened? Wait a second. Someone distracted me. You know, you raided me here and someone raided me in my phone. What was that? Someone subscribed? I missed it, but thank you. Yes, we have a follower. Thank you very much. Now, where was I? Yes, we solved this problem. Now let's go and solve something else. Well, again. Oh yes, I have an outrageous accent. Like, enjoy every second. Let's discuss a problem that I solved earlier, but still I want to discuss it with my viewers, especially for people on YouTube, because I don't know why, but they seem to enjoy my explanations. And do you remember how I told you during your last raid that somehow people from India enjoy my videos on YouTube? Probably it's because of the accent. Maybe they find my accent very, easy to understand. So, easy problems with good acceptance. We already discussed this too, and this one, and this, and this, and this, and even this. And now it's time for this problem. Let me go back to my previous solution. What was it? I don't even remember. Yeah. What do you even discuss here in chat? What is the problem here? Well, there are, employees as usual, and they go to work happy people because I was laid off and I don't have this pleasure of going to work every day. But these guys still have this pleasure. And every day, a big brother checks when they came in, when they came out. We have an event date. We have the time they checked in, time they checked out, and ID. And what do we want to achieve here? We want to find total time spent by each employee. It's very self-explanatory, And let me delete everything and solve it with you again. Because the best way to learn is to repeat. Practice makes perfect. It works with everything except for my accent. It doesn't get any better with practice. Now, we are going to need day, and it's going to be just select event day as day, Also, we're gonna need employee ID, and it's already called employee ID. It's very convenient for us. Now, we want to count how much time they spent. And notice that this guy came, spent like half an hour, and then went out. And then he returned on the same day. So we have to use sum here, but we need to say sum what? Sum the difference between out time and in time. Something like this, I guess. And we're gonna call it total time from, what is it, employees, and of course, without any grouping, it's gonna be a mess. But let's just see that our sum, it's in time. See, you want to run a lot, not just in the end, to find all these errors along the way. It's so hot here, you wouldn't believe. It's like, what is the weather? Let me check. It's 31 degrees Celsius. Oof, man, it's hot. Let's group. Let's group by. Of course, we want to group by day, but also let's just do that for starters. Yeah, but remember this, dude. 31C is hot, bruh. I don't know. By the way, I have a AC unit, but it's so loud, and I have like to suffer for the quality, for the better quality of the audio. Or I can just solve everything fast enough and do not suffer at all. So let's also group by emp ID. Excellent. So this is the easiest solution, and I investigated solutions by other people, and for the most part, that's it. But do you remember how yesterday we discovered a partition by clause? Let's try to use it here, just to practice it a little. With partition by clause we do not need group by, but here we need to use something like this, over partition by You know what's funny? We can't use day here because it's gonna call us morons, right? Right. Here we have to use event day. And in some situations this can be a problem, but not in our situation. In our situation we have this nice table, but we have repeated rows. As you remember, when we use partition by, we must also use distinct. What? It's still... Of course, it's not just event day. It's not just event day. It's also employee ID. Now it's green. It's green time. So this is an alternative solution for you. You can do it anyway. Now let's solve something new. Something I didn't prepare, and probably it's going to be just awful. What I'm doing? Problems, difficulty, easy, because it's a hard day. It's a hard day in my life. The weather is hot and I resumed my running. I started running again. And in this weather, oof, imagine. And acceptance, and we ended up at page number 5, if memory serves me. If memory serves me. This is baseball game that we discussed. Combine two tables. Something tells me it's gonna be SQL problem. Of course. Oof. Well, guys, come back in an hour. And I will still be sitting here with this god-awful problem. Table person. Person ID integer. Last name varchar. First name varchar. Okay, we have names. And we have addresses. Nice. Address ID. Person ID. Okay, city and state. Varchars. Write an SQL query. Prepare the first name, last name, city and state of each person in the person table. If the address of person ID is not present in address table, report null instead. But that's easy, I guess. Okay, select. What do we want? First name, last name. Well, let's do this the right way. Let's even say P first name and P last name and A because address, city and A state. Alright. From person table. And we are going to call it P, and we want to join. But what kind of join we want to use here? Let's see. If there is no if we have a person ID but this person doesn't have an address, is it left join or right join? I think it's a left join, but I'm not sure. Left join address A on P person ID equals A person ID. No, it's a typo. No! Jesus. It was our, chance to solve it on the first try. God damn it. Yeah, it's green. So, our left join idea was correct. Let's submit. I'm loving it. Whew. Well, I'm happy with this result. Don't forget to follow me anywhere, here or on the YouTube or anywhere, but not in real life. So, thank you very much for being here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Where is this button? I always can't find it.